Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another UFC betting breakdown this week for UFC Vancouver. As you can tell, we don't have a guest on tonight's show, and I'll be honest, it's not because I wanted to do this alone. It's because I forgot to ask anybody if they wanted to be on tonight's show. I think it just completely got out of what I had on my schedule. And so today I was like, oh, sheesh, I didn't ask anybody to be on tonight's show. And ultimately, I'm just going to run it myself because I don't want to be that guy that tries to ask someone to do something on short notice. I don't really like doing that because when people do it to me, I get a little upset. It's like, dude, you couldn't have asked me sooner than today. So I just said, you know what? We've done this before, obviously. We go live all the time, just me in the chat. I think this would be a good time to get a little bit, deep with the chat, because every time that I have a guest on here, it's kind of hard to touch on all the chats that are in here. So when it's just me in the chat, I feel like we can have a little intimate moments. So hopefully tonight we can have some more banter in the chat because I love doing that. I love connecting with y'all. We got a decent card this Saturday. I'm not really, super hyped up about the fights, but when I was going through my research, there's not a lot of big favorites on the card. And honestly, I think a lot of the dogs are going to be pretty live. Do I think they're going to cash? It's kind of a hit or miss, man. I think it's kind of coin flip type of fights where I think the dog's super live, but not quite sure they're going to do enough to get it done. But I do think we could see some upsets this Saturday, and that means there's money to be made. There's always money to be made. We're going to go through all the fights, and then I'll give you some betting inside of where my head is at, what I think the best plays are on the card, or at least on the fight. I'll try to give you like a look for every single fight on the card. I just dropped my most confident picks video earlier today, so go check that out after this live if you haven't already. We're not really going to be talking picks too much on the live stream, but gotta take a sip of the liquid cig, pop a little Zenachino in. We'll hit the chats, and then we can pop into the breakdown. They got $1 off. $1 off Zins. I mean, this is lovely, dude. Thank God Trump became president, dude. We get $1 off Zins. Let's fucking go. W's in the chat for the $1 off Zins. All right, let's hit the chats. What up, Lance? How we doing, brother? The good Bam. How we doing, bro? How we doing? Yo. Dolo Don. Solo Dolo. Hey, Jive, did you order Uber Eats? Patchy Mix is here with your McDonald's. He would not be delivering the McDonald's if he's working at McDonald's. But, I mean, we've seen Uber Eats drivers be in the UFC, a.k.a. Pantoja. Thanks, bro. I cashed. Hey, good. I don't know what you cashed on. You're going to have to tell me. But we don't talk about Patchy Mix here. It's a no-bum zone. Locked in, brother. What's up? How we doing? Make sure you're active in the chat tonight because I'll actually be able to go over them. I'll try not to yap too much about a specific fight. I'll try to read a lot of chats because we don't really have a time constraint. Usually when we got a guest on, I like to respect their time, so I don't want to, keep them super long. But we could go pretty long tonight, man. We could go pretty long. Could use a little more women's MMA. Yeah, 3 fights on the card. Dang. Ain't I a Danny Barlow fanboy? I'm not a Danny Barlow fanboy. The long shot looks fire on Saturday. Fire for Saturday. Oh, the DFS play. Yeah. I think we'll be cooking. I mean, literally last night on Contender Series, we almost hit the 84X. We were a couple significant strikes away from Croin and then Malumba. If he just would have got the early KO, would have cashed. What up, Dixon Sider? Huge W. Yo. Huge W on the $1 off Zins for sure. RDR1 is spicy. I haven't even looked at the props on that fight. Sports testimony. Testimony? I thought it was testimony. Is that an M? Testimony? What's up, bro? How we doing? I think Malott versus Holland will be a good scrap. I think it'll be a good scrap, yeah. I think there's a few ways I think the fight could go. I'm not really sure which is most likely, honestly. With the Kevin Holland fight, it's kind of tough. Charles Jourdain, moneyline hammer. I think that's kind of crazy, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What's going on? What's going on, Dominic? Dollar off Zins. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Dollar off Zins. I mean, that's an extra $1 I could throw on a parlay, you know? That's actually probably a couple dollars that I could throw on a parlay if you get a couple during the week, you know what I'm saying? Saving money equals making money because we throw that on a lay and we smack them. Malott is going to destroy Kevin Holland and make you cry. Indian guy that loves poo. I don't know. Do you think I'm a Kevin Holland fan or what? Do you think Hugh Cox can get a win? Probably could. It's going to be tough to defeat Mr. Cox. Shout out for the giveaway. Shirt fits true to size. Shout out Devin Mayfield for leaving that comment and winning the Professor Parlay T. Glad you like it, brother. What do you think about Jasudavicius? We'll talk about that one later, bro. Thoughts on Sutherland versus Walker? Interesting. I'm glad they got him on the card. But, I mean, I think Walker should still win. I'm expecting Walker to be a pretty decent favorite. Probably minus 200 around there. What's up, RDR1? Kevin Holland KO1. Dude, this just seems like a spot where Kevin Holland pulls some shit out, but I don't want to put my money on him, bro. He is a money pit. Thoughts on your Packers this year? They look terrible, man. They look terrible. I thought after the first game, this was gonna be our year, bro. But they did not look good Sunday. And what's even worse is the fucking Brewers, man. It's just a terrible life to live being a Milwaukee Brewers fan. We're so good in the regular season, and then come October, we just can't do shit. And I'm watching the game. This is a side tangent. I'm sorry if you don't watch baseball. I don't really watch baseball, but I'll watch if the Brewers are in the playoffs. Watching the game against the Dodgers, bro, it's like you can't even fucking compete. MLB is pay to play at this point. All right, they got fucking Blake Snell on the mound, first game, pitches 8 innings, literally throws like a one-hitter. And then the Japanese dude pitches the second game, goes 9 innings, pitches a 3-hitter. Like they just got elite pitching, and the Brewers have probably used 12 pitchers in 2 games. Like we're like grinding out innings, and their starters are just running through our lineup every single time. And they bought those players. They bought those players in free agency. They bought Ohtani. They bought Mookie Betts. They bought Freddie Freeman. They buy everybody, and it's the Brewers can't buy anyone. The Brewers literally cannot buy anyone because we're a small market team and we can't buy anyone. So we have to raise all of our talent. And there's only so much talent that you can get. You know, you're not going to get a fucking Ohtani in Milwaukee. It's tough, man. We're going to probably get swept against the Dodgers. So great fucking time to be a Milwaukee Brewers fan. Stephanie Luciano fight week. Keep your pants on. They're probably going to stay on. Let's see if Matty finally hits. Bro's been dry AF. Dude, he literally just hit the cycle at the beginning of September. He needs me to come back and see him. That's what it is, dude. I feel like I contracted an STD after watching Leka drag Uzbeki military dude to a decision last night. I had Leka round 2-3. Yeah, dude, I don't know how the fuck Leka, I mean, they're both retarded for one. Heavyweight MMA is just at an all-time low, and especially when that's what we're getting on the Contender Series. Like, that dude from Uzbekistan, I knew he was going to fucking gas out. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, dude. He couldn't do shit after 5 minutes, and I don't know how the guy didn't finish him. Why was he just laying on top of him? Dude, make him stand up and you can TKO him. Like, and then he threw that front kick. Like, the Uzbekistan dude's literally almost TKO'd on the feet. He throws a front kick, and the dude just grabs it, gives him a free takedown. If he would have lost, I kind of wish he would have lost that way, because that was just a bonehead move. Seeing your MMA content inspired me to make some of my own, bro. Thank you. Well, I'll have to check it out, bro. Maybe I'll have you on the pod someday. What does UFC do with Kaya Sakura? Cut him. I'm pretty sure he has to be cut. Or maybe he's going to move up a weight class. Maybe that was what it is. Chewed up around 1 or 2 KO. Odds are probably going to be shit, and I wouldn't play it. Malott, the 34-year-old prospect, that's true. Marwan Rahiki was pretty crazy. I love that dude. That dude, I literally thought that dude was going to run through Malumba, but that overhand right caught him right on the chin, changed the entire fight. At that point, the fight was completely different. Rahiki didn't know where the fuck he was. It was pretty clear he was knocked out, but still moving. And he fucking battled through that shit, dude. That was sick. That was so sick. How's Matty doing? He's being Matty, bro. He's being Matty. I think he's doing all right. I'll check in on him. Dodgers are too good. They're so good. Unreal. Thoughts on Dana White saying Ilia Topuria will likely fight on a January Paramount Plus card? Who do you think he faces? Justin Gaethje or hopefully Patty the Batty for all the sanitizer bottle stories? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gaethje. Pretty sure it's going to be Gaethje. I could see them doing. Actually, no. They're probably going to do an Australia card. Yeah, it's probably going to be Topuria Gaethje. January 1st Paramount Plus paper or numbered card, I should say. Don't get a Marlins fan started. Hey. Yeah, that's true. Every time I bet on the Brewers, they'd lose. When I wouldn't, they win, bro, before the Dodgers. Yeah, fun fact for me. I've probably been to 30-plus Brewer games in my life. Never seen them lose. Every time I've gone to one of their games, they win. First time I take my daughter to a Brewer game, they lose. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. So the good luck must skip a generation. That must be what it is. Saw Maddie in a car. Bro, that's crazy. Just watched your UFC Canada card picks, and it was impressive. Your breakdowns are on point consistently. Well, I mean, you can't really. They might be on point, but we don't know yet because the fights haven't played out. But my breakdowns are usually on point, but there's a lot of weird shit that can happen in MMA. Need Rahiki to cash my parlay last night. An emotional roller coaster. Never want to go through that again. I mean, that's a hell of a cash, though. What a sweat. I got Croin at plus 150. That's a good line, bro. That's a good line. This might be the saltiest card in history. RDR is the only likable dude. I mean, let's take a look at the card. What do we got here? Not going on fight odds. I mean, you gotta love Davey, bro. You gotta love Davey. Oh, my shit's tweaking. Hold on. I can't see myself. There we go. There we go. Now I can see myself. Boom. Nope. Now I can see the chat. I mean, you gotta love Davey. I like Charles Jourdain. I like Charles Jourdain. He's cool. I mean, you gotta love Dober. There's some likable guys, bro. There's some likable guys. On the main card, not so much. On the main card, not so much. I will agree with you there. Rafiki is going to get knocked out a bunch in the UFC. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got to clean some stuff up, but he's way better than what he showed. I'll say that. We think of Malott decision plus 350. Both durable fighters and low-key think could be a staring match, especially after Holland was getting cracked. I could see that, yeah. I could see that. And Malott could take him down and smother him for a little bit. Rahiki gets cracked to anybody with real cardio. Yeah, I mean, I really just think Rahiki got hit with that overhand, and the fight just completely changed because he was like knocked out. Like he was out cold on his feet. I think he was just on autopilot. Coke Zero is fired? Nah, bro. DC, bro. Other than Jasmine, how does a all Canada parlay look? Well, let's go through it. They're saying Brendan Allen's from Canada. So don't believe that. Malott could probably win. Zahabi, I think, probably wins. Jasmine, it's going to be tough. Kyle Nelson, I think I could see him winning. Charles Jourdain, I could see him winning. Prepolec's going to be a sweat for real. And Croin, I think, probably wins. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the All Canada parlay to come through. I'm not gonna lie. telling you, bro, Kevin is a lock when everybody loves him and bets on him. Yeah, no, that's true. I bet on him against Gunnar Nelson when he was coming off the loss to RDR, actually. And everybody thought Kevin Holland was cooked, but that was like an easy cash at dog odds. Bekoeov getting fraud check Saturday, says Tristan Harrell. Thank you for the 199, Tristan. And I could see it, bro. I could see it. I'm not going to be betting on Bekoeov at minus 280. I could tell you that. But I could see it. I just don't know how dominant it's going to be. I think maybe it could be like a close decision. It's a fun card for Canadian and MMA hardcores. The casual are going to hate this card. True. I mean, there's just not a lot of big names from Canada. Davey Cash, last time, huge underdog. Got to be like that. Got to like that. Yeah. Shout out to Davey. Davey's been making the boys some coin. For real. I think people are sleeping on Brendan Allen's hands. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude. You can have good striking. Like, Robert Whittaker has good striking, but he just wasn't really able to use it. So, I don't think Brendan Allen's a bad striker. I think he's actually really good. I agree with you, but I don't know if he's going to be able to use it. Ajive, if you could be anything for Halloween this year with full makeup, what would you dress up as? If I dress up as a orthopedist, you think Corey will let me suck at her toes like Aspen and Dana White? An orthopedist? No, I don't. I think you probably have to dress up as something a little better than an orthopedist. If I was gonna dress up with full makeup as something, I'd probably go like an Elvis Brenner after Guram Kutataladze. Full makeup, you get the fake blood, you could split my head. So I got blood all over. I got bleached blonde hair, but it's red now. I'd go Elvis Brenner. That's what I'd do. Pull up with some Venom shorts. Some yellow Venom shorts. How do you let a non-white African fighter knock you down multiple times? I don't know who you're referring to. Non-white. Oh, you talking about Malumba? Yeah. Dana saying Vidal was sticking up the dude. That was crazy. Dana did not want that guy to win. Has Canada ever had a sweep? Yeah, they did. They did. I want to say there was 289 or something like that. 289. Nunes versus Aldana. I think all the Canadians swept. Jasmine was an underdog. Kyle Nelson was an underdog. There was a few other ones. I think there was only like 5, but there were some underdogs like cash. What are the stats on Canadian fighters winning in Canada? They're all over the place, bro. They're all over the place. There was that one card where all the Canadians won, and then there was another card where all the Canadians lost. So they're all over the fucking place, dude. AQ Moneyline, yeah. It could be the play, dude. All right, boys. We've been chatting for 18 minutes. I think we got to get into these fights, but I apologize for skipping over some chats. But we got to get into this, boys. We got to get into this. First fight of the night, we got Melissa Croden taking on Tainara Lisboa. I'll be honest, boys. I don't think Melissa Croden is like something amazing, but I think she's good enough to win this fight against Lisboa. Lisboa, a Muay Thai striker from she's been doing it for a long time. And I think she's just got a lot of miles that I don't think are going to treat her very well. She had like a nasty knee injury that kept her out for a while leading up to the Luana Santos fight. And I kind of disregarded it. I bet on Lisboa against Luana Santos. I'm pretty sure I gave that out as like the free play. A terrible bet. And that was the card I went to the Apex for. And I watched Tainara Lisboa get fucking ragdolled and smothered on the ground. And that to me right there was like, okay, Lisboa's, what is she, 35? She's like 35. And she fought Valentina Shevchenko in like 2010 in Muay Thai. That's a long time to be in the sport. I don't think she's going to do well here against Croden. I think Croden's definitely got probably the more juice to come in here in her home country and get it done. Could turn into a greasy, women's. Sorry, I got to ditch this in. Could turn into a greasy women's split decision. But I think Croden probably gets it, dude. I think Croden probably gets it. I think she's got a good clinch game. I don't think her striking's amazing, but it's aggressive. She can be hit a little bit. If she wants to mix in some takedowns, she could probably do that too. She fought Jacqueline Cavalcanti on the regional scene. Cavalcanti's way better than Tainara Lisboa and actually pretty dang good. So Croton's minus 125. I actually might put a bet on her at minus 125. I wish I would have got plus money, but that's where you get when you wait in this game. But I think she could probably win like 60% of the time. Like, I feel like it's probably a 60% line. So I think minus 125 on Croton. Still probably okay. Croton decision. Plus 200. It's not great. I actually would kind of maybe like a late finish or something because she's kind of nasty. She got nasty knees in the clinch. And if Lisboa is really that cooked, she could wilt. Croton 2-3 KO. Yeah, it's actually not that good. Fuck. 1,400, 1,600. It's not amazing. I got probably just Croton money line for the first fight of the night. It's probably the way I'm going to be looking at it. She was the dog. The line moved hard. Yeah, I'm kind of mad that it moved, but I still think it's good, dude. I think it's all right. Croton did get knocked down 3 times versus Cavalcanti, but I bet Croton just not super confident. Well, if she got knocked down 3 times by Cavalcanti, that gives me some more confidence that she's not going to go in there and just get washed by Lisboa on the feet. So I don't think Lisboa is a super dangerous striker. So if Lisboa is going to land some shots, like, I think Croton should be able to eat them, you know? And she's not going to get knocked out if she didn't get knocked out by Cavalcanti. Croton will win the fight by Canadian judges or by actually winning a decision. Yeah, I kind of agree. I just don't understand why Lisboa has been in so many grappling fights. Like, all 3 of her UFC fights had like a bunch of grappling in it. Didn't make sense to me, but women's MMA, what are you going to do? Let's move on. We got Bekoeov taking on Belgaroui. I'm not really sold on Bekoeov, but I'm not like completely sold on Belgaroui either, bro. Belgaroui trains with Alex Pereira, glory kickboxer, beat Alex Pereira once, then got knocked out by him twice, way back in the day. I think Belgaroui has a good chance to stuff the takedowns and make this competitive, but I do think Bekoev's forward pressure and aggression will probably allow him to win the fight. Because I don't think Belgaroui is going to knock him out. If he's going to knock him out, it's probably going to be like a knee up the middle, because Belgaroui likes to time that knee, especially when guys shoot a bunch of takedowns. And Bekoev, I don't think Bekoev has like that good of wrestling, honestly. It's like, okay, he took down Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese gets taken down by anybody. And if you watch a lot of his fights in LFA, he's not like just getting easy takedowns and rinsing guys on the mat. Like, he's having to work for it a little bit. He's going up against a 6'5" striker that is probably only working on his takedown defense. Like, everybody says to go take down Alex Pereira, you win the fight. Well, nobody's really taking down Alex Pereira. And when they do, they're not getting him. I think Belgaroui's takedown defense is probably going to be decent in this matchup. So then it's on the feet. And if Belgaroui can win some minutes at range or maybe inflict some damage, then things could get interesting. But I do think Bekoev is probably going to be able to, even if he doesn't get the takedowns, I think he's probably going to be able to stall him up against the cage, land some knees in the clinch. I think he's just going to be kind of like not like a Merab type of style where he's taking him down, letting him back up, taking him down, letting him back up, but kind of that style of like just won't get off you. So I don't know that Yusri is going to have a lot of space to operate. So I don't think that there's a finish in this fight, because I don't really think Bekoev is going to knock him out. I mean, knocking out Loader and Reese, it's like, okay, it's Loader's a pure wrestler. He was Bekoev's like minus 500 in that spot, because obviously Loader's not going to take down Bekoev. It's not going to happen. So then he knocked him out. And Zachary Reese, he took him down and ground and pounded him, but he hit him in the back of the head. I don't think he's going to knock out Belgaroui. I just don't see it. But If there is a knockout here, I could maybe see it being from a knee from Belgaroui, but I think that's pretty low probability. So when I'm looking at these odds, I don't really like the minus 280 on or minus 290 on Bekoeov. Just doesn't make sense to me right now, but maybe somebody can make a better argument for him in the chat. I'll take a look. But when I'm looking at this, I like the over 1.5, dude. I like the over 1.5 because Belgaroi's never been finished. I don't think he's going to get knocked out here. I don't really think he's going to get subbed on the ground either. I think it's just going to be kind of a grindy fight that could probably go the distance. So if I go the distance at plus 185 is interesting. What was I going to say? Bekoeov decision at plus 265 is not bad. It's not bad. Belgaroui decision to 650 is definitely more tempting, but I do think it's probably Bekoeov that gets the decision. If Yusri can defend the takedowns, how do you see the fight plays out? I think if he defends the takedowns, Bekoev's just going to result to cage pushing and like trying to grind on him. Because I don't think he wants to be at range because Yusri's so long. And he has a good jab, and he does time some things pretty nicely. So I don't think Bekoev's going to want to stay at range. If Belgaroui can defend the takedowns, I think it's going to be a lot of clinching. A lot of clinching. Probably trading over-unders on the cage. He just probably won't want to let him out of his grasp. If Bekoev has a good game plan, I think he can get it done. Yusri pretty passive. Yeah, that's ultimately why I don't love like a dog shot on Yusri is because he is pretty passive. Doesn't really go for it. I don't really think he has like the biggest power. I'm telling you right now, this fight got to look exactly like Mark Hunt versus Stefan Struve. Okay. If I remember correctly, Mark Hunt just fucking overhanded him to the shadow realm. When I said your breakdowns are on point, I meant your analysis on the matchups are fair, honest, and well broken down, win or lose. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, it would be a lot easier for me to just spew some bullshit and be like, this guy's going to win, and I'm 100% certain. But that's just not the case, bro. This is MMA. This is MMA. And a lot of shit can go wrong, dude. A lot of shit can go wrong. So I like to give both sides of how I think they could win. I could see a ground and pound finish, but he'd have to get him there first. Exactly. Bekoev top pressure is legit. Yeah, maybe he does get him down and just top pressures him. I just don't really see him getting a finish. I'm leaning Bekoev by 60%. Well, if you think he's 60%, then this line should be definitely lower than minus 290, bro. You love the over? I kind of do too, dude. I kind of like the over 1.5. You get a guy in Bekoev that's coming off round one knockouts against guys that I don't think are durable at all. I don't really think Bekoev is like some guy that if he lands his punch, like you're dead, just don't really see it. So I like that over. Over 1.5, minus 175. Fight goes plus 185. Haven't locked anything in, but I'm definitely eyeing that baby up. Parlay the over with RDR for plus money. Could be interesting. Why does Matty Betts look like he's exhaling on every picture? Man's probably sweating some bets. We got some more women's MMA. We got Luciano taking on Oliveira. Oliveira, 2-year layoff, moving down 2 weight classes. This one has a lot of red flags, but I do think Luciano wins. I think Luciano probably gets it done by decision. I think if Oliveira can use some physicality here, because I expect her to probably be the bigger, stronger girl, maybe she could win some minutes, but I don't know how much damage she's going to do. She was getting taken down as well by Lisboa. She was taking down Lisboa a little bit, but I don't really think that's hard to do. It just really depends if Oliveira made some improvements with the time off, and there's no really way to project that. So I think Luciano gets this one done. I think she's a lot more skilled. I think her striking's pretty nice. The way she was able to hang in there with the dog of Sam Hughes was kind of impressive. I had a dog play on Sam Hughes in that fight where Sam Hughes was like plus 220 in that fight. So it's relatively a similar line here, but it's against Ravina Oliveira. So give me Luciano minus 280. Could be a decent parlay piece if you want to do that to yourself with some low-level women's MMA, or the over at minus 280 is probably good. Don't really see a finish. Maybe if Luciano can get downhill on her, or if Ravina Oliveira can find a sub or something, but I don't really see that, man. Oliveira, what's Oliveira sub? Plus 900? Yeah, I don't even think I would play that. It's Luciano, bros. Oliveira is going to be huge, but she lacks the skills to beat someone like Luciano, in my opinion. Completely agree. This is more of a 50-50 fight. Ravens can possibly take her down. She's coming down a weight class. Coming down 2 weight classes, actually, bro. She might just be the more manly of the two. She might be. But even then, like, what damage does she do? Although, you never know what the judges are going to score. They're supposed to judge damage, but it's not always the case. Not always the case. Let's move on from that one. Now we get to Daddy Dober. Daddy Dober taking on Kyle Prepolec. Right off the bat, boys. Dober's minus 550. We like Dober at minus 550 in this economy? It just can't be happening. I know we got Zins for $1 off, but Drew Dober at minus 550 is just, it's absurd. It's absurd. It should be a Dober win here. It just makes sense, right? Drew Dober, been in the UFC forever, has UFC wins. He's got big power. But Prepolec, never been knocked out. Obviously never faced a powerful striker like a Drew Dober, especially in the UFC. And most of his losses do come by submission. But I don't think Prepolec is like that bad, honestly. Like watching his tape, he's got a sneaky little left-hand counter. He's got a good fast head kick. He's not like the best athlete, doesn't move that well. But Dober's not really throwing anything crazy at you. He's just the same thing every single time. It's a 1-2, it's a 3-2. He's going to walk forward, throws a couple leg kicks, lunge in with a 1-2, and try to knock you out with his left hand. So southpaw on southpaw. So that left hand could be big over the top if Prepolec is just kind of trying to shy away. Drew Dober commits to it, could crack him on the chin. But I think Prepolec's head kick could come in handy here because he kind of throws it off like a lean back. So if Drew Dober's throwing that left hand and Kyle Prepolec leans back and he throws that front head kick, whips it right up to the head, it could be nasty. It could be a KO shot. But the thing with Dober is his chin has been amazing, but we don't know if it's cracked or not. The way he went down against Manuel Torres was not a good look. The thing with Dober is his chin, he can be knocked down, but he does recover pretty well. Like, it's not like he's getting put out cold in these fights. He's just getting hurt and not, some fights he is recovering, but the Manuel Torres one, he wasn't able to recover. He was just holding onto the leg and Torres just hammer fisted him to the head. And the ref's like, well, I got to fucking step in here. That's like 20 unanswered to the head. So he did, but I don't know, man. Drew Dober at minus 550, don't even seem interested in that whatsoever. I don't think I'll have a bet on this one. Maybe I'll take a shot on the dog with Prepolec at plus 400 or Prepolec by KO at plus 600. I don't know. I might not get sneaky with it and just take the money line plus 400. It's kind of tempting, bro. It's kind of tempting. Is that anyone in the chat with me? Like, are you tempted to just take a shot on Prepolec at plus 400? Oh, yeah. Dober KO, not a black dude. Fade Dober. Yeah, I mean, that could be it, dude. That could be it. Umar 50-45. Hey, Jai, do you find UFC female fights are harder to predict than the male ones, other than the elites like Valentina Shevchenko or Kayla Harrison? Yes and no. Yes and no. Honestly, I kind of like some female fights more than men's, just because I don't really think there's a lot of volatility. Like, obviously, MMA is volatile, but the thing that makes it volatile is a big punch or a big kick that lands can change the whole fight, or it could end the fight. In women's MMA, there's not a ton of knockouts. So I kind of do like women's MMA a little bit more because there isn't like the chance that your guy just gets flash KO'd. At least there's a smaller chance that your guy gets flash KO'd. You know it's spooky season when Drew Dober's minus 409 favorite. Yeah, that is fucking spooky. Lontop versus Dober would be a banger. I'll take him by points. What's the decision line on Big Prep? Big Prep plus 700 on the decision. I like the Sig strikes and Prepolec money line. Yeah, I could see that. For sure, he's taller, has a decent hands and good chin. 100p taking shot on Prep. Hey, there we go. Talking to the guy that always takes Magny by sub, DGen best. Hey, there we go. If you take him Neil Magny by sub, then I know you're a true long shot hunter. What about under 1.5? I'm not really with that, honestly. Under 1.5 plus 147. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just take a shot on the dog, big dog. Got a half unit on Prepolec. There you go. Jive arms bigger than DDP arms. Look at these arms, bro. See that? I think DDP would probably mog me, though. He's got a couple inches on me in height. I don't know about downstairs, though. Them arms are juicy. Hey, appreciate that, brother. I've been in the gym, you know. Plus 700 on decision. Prepolec will be able to take the shots. That's the thing, though. Like, I don't know if he's going to take the shots because he hasn't fought a power puncher like Drew Dober. So maybe he doesn't take the shots, but at plus 400, like, I'm probably willing to take the chance, you know? Probably willing. Bro, I ain't flexing the bicep no more. You can rewind if you want. Wait till a dude discovers Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson. What about Jillian Robertson? Late to the podcast. Have you talked about it? Want to give me the rundown for this weekend's fight night, specifically Vera and Han? We're getting there, bro. We're getting there. We're on the prelims right now. I think we should keep her going. We've been on this one for a little bit. Let's go to Danny Barlow to Jordan Santos. Danny Barlow's minus 300. Coming off a KO loss. Granted, it was to Sam Patterson, and if Sam Patterson fought to Jordan Santos, I think we'd probably get a similar outcome. But Danny Barlow's minus 300 when he has wins over Josh Quinlan and Nikolai Veretennikov. I don't know that I can say that those are great wins. Now, Jordan Santos doesn't have a UFC win, so at least you could say that. I don't know that Jordan Santos is completely out of this because I think he's pretty durable. He puts the pressure on. He's got good volume. Trains at American Top Team now. I think that's a good move for him. He's got good takedown defense too. Not that that's probably going to be a huge factor in this fight, but I do think Danny Barlow could have some early KO upside if he does land the right shot. I don't know how likely it is. Where the fuck did my mouse go? There we go. I think Danny Barlow is the rightful favorite. I just think it's a bit wide. I would put him at like minus 200. Minus 300 is a little bit pricey. Let's take a look at the odds. Barlow's minus 300. Under 2.5 is minus 140. So that tells me, they probably think Barlow has some finishing upside here because I don't really think it's going to come from Jordan Santos. Barlow KO's plus 130. Barlow decisions plus 200. They got him as Ribeiro. Santos decision and plus 575 is interesting. That is pretty interesting. Because if it does go 15 minutes, I think Jordan Santos is probably going to be landing a lot. Barlow round one's plus 278, plus 275. Barlow KO1's plus 385. That's not a bad number, actually, for the KO1. I just don't know how good Barlow's cardio is going to be when he's not facing a punching bag and Josh Quinlan. Although Santos can be a punching bag too, but he throws back. He's a punching bag that throws back. So there's a little bit of a difference there. I think Barlow does have some KO upside early. Plus 385 on the round 1 KO is not bad. I was expecting it to be like plus 275, plus 300, but I could maybe get there. If you give me like a plus 400 on Barlow KO1, might throw like a quarter unit on that. But other than that, man, I don't really like too much on this fight because I could see it extending. I just think the upside for the early finish with Barlow is there. I understand why he's the favorite. Makes sense, Just my current favorite. Oh, okay, current favorite female fighter, Jillian Robertson. Shout out to Jillian. Barlow wins have aged terribly. I think Santos gets this done unless Barlow can find a flash KO with that left hand. Yeah, exactly. If it extends, I think Jordan Santos is going to be able to put some pressure on him. Very spooky. Very spooky. Barlow first round KO. We talked about that. Dylan Budka claims he's coming back to the UFC next year. That's interesting. Santos comes in so recklessly. Barlow should catch him with a clean one. Santos getting pieced up by Ozzy last fight. Not a good look. Yeah. They were just kind of throwing at each other, though. Like, they didn't really sit down on their punches. So if Barlow sits down on one, it could be the end. But it's a weird fight, man. It's a weird fight. I'm not really going to be too invested in that one. Let's go to some flyweights. We got Bruno Silva taking on Hyun Sung Park. Park coming off the submission loss to Tyra. Now he gets a much, much older guy in Bruno Silva. Bruno's 35, coming off a couple of beatdowns against Menno Kopp and Joshua Van. And that'll change a man. That will change a man. I think Bruno Silva comes in here probably looking for the finish like he normally does. I don't think he has a win in the UFC that wasn't a finish. He's kill or be killed. But he is pretty tough. It's just that he starts to gas out a little bit. Like we saw that in both of his previous fights. Starts to gas out, doesn't move his head too much, or doesn't move that much, and guys are able to tee off on him. I think Park could get this one done by finish. When I'm looking at the odds right now, I kind of like the ends inside the distance at minus 150. Both guys are finishers. I think if Bruno Silva wins, it's a finish. I've seen Park hurt a couple of times. I think Bruno Silva could club and sub as well. I think Park probably does get the finish, though. Park's a solid striker, got solid back takes, got solid jiu-jitsu, and at 35 years of age for a flyweight in Bruno Silva that's coming off a couple of beatdowns, I think this fight probably ends inside the distance. So minus 150 is not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Is that correct? No, that can't be correct. Plus 146 on the under? No way. No way. It should be like minus 120. That makes more sense. Look at some props, man. Silva inside the distance, plus 385. Park KO, plus 350 is interesting. That is definitely interesting. Silva KO is even interesting. Or maybe just fight ends by KO. Because they're both pretty good grapplers. Like, I know Tyra just submitted Park, but that's fucking Tyra, bro. I don't think Bruno Silva is getting to the back and submitting them cleanly like Tyra did. Ends by KO could be interesting. What is that line if they have it out? And if you're gonna bet Silva to get a finish, I'd probably do it in round 1 or 2. What's Park 2-3? That could be a nice play. Park 2-3 KO could be interesting, boys. That could be interesting. 2-3 KO. If you're gonna give you plus 2,000 on a round 3 KO, when Silva's been KO'd in back-to-back fights in round 3, clearly has gas issues, but still has like a decent chin. Yeah, that could be interesting, boys. Plus 2,000, Park round 3 KO. Probably get something bigger on a different book. I think this could be a decent fight to make some money on, boys. I really do. Even Park at minus 220 is, I think he should be like minus 180. So I don't know if I'll play it, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Could be some nice sauce right there. Park sub 2. Park KO. What up, bro? How we doing? Silva's a dog. He is a dog, but dog that gets hit. What up, Dan? How we doing, brother? Make sure y'all smash the like button for me. Got to listen to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dan Levy. It's minus 120 on Hard Rock. There you go. That's a great line. Park inside the distance is plus money. Oh, yeah. Of course it should be. Park inside the distance is plus 115. It's not bad. I just don't know that he's going to sub him, dude. I think it's probably going to be a KO. But he's more of a sub guy. You know, he's only knocking out the fucking Shannon Rosses of the world. So could be a club and sub. Let's just round 2, 3. It's KO. 2, 3. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, those odds suck. Great odds. Yeah, 2, 3 KOs, much better odds. How many likes for the par latte? I don't know. What are we at right now, boys? Let me go check. We're what, half an hour in? And we are at... We got 128 live viewers in the YouTube chat. Shout out to y'all. The Solo Dolo show for Vancouver. We're at 19 likes, boys. We're at 19 fucking likes. Are we serious right now? I'm about to end the fucking stream. We got 125 people in here. We got 20 likes. It's going to have to go up if we want a par latte, boys. It's going to have to go up real quick. 125 people in the YouTube chat. We got 20 likes. We got to get that up. We got to get to 100 before the fucking main event, before I even start thinking about getting to a par latte, boys. All right. Disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm glad y'all could join me, but 20 likes, boys, it's free. Just click the button. It's absolutely free. Don't cost you nothing. I'm giving you the betting breakdown for every single fight on the card. It's going to take probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through this card. All right. I'll give you 2 hours of my time. Least you could do is hit the fucking like button for me. When do you do personal bets? Do you mostly do parlays? Or when you do personal bets, you usually do parlays or singles? And if it's parlays, how many legs? When I do personal bets, I'm usually just looking for the moonshots. So it's usually, big plus money. Could be 2 or 3 legs parlay. Or if it's like a big prop, if it's like a plus 800 KO prop or something like that, I'll just play that straight. 19 now. Like that shit up, boys. God damn, dude. That is disrespectful. End and ban everybody in the chat. That is fucking disrespectful, boys. 120 people and 20 fucking likes. Unreal. I actually thought we were cool, but I don't know now. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess they don't. What are we at now? Did anybody fucking listen? We're at 18? No way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. We went down? I just checked again. We're at 18 likes. We lost 2 likes. What the fuck's going on? Smash that like button or you must tell Ian Parker. Holy shit, dude. I feel so bad for my guy, Ian Parker. Because that's a bad look, dude. That's a bad look. Like, I'm not a guy that's going to go and, like, trash other guys that are putting out YouTube videos, or the guy's probably contractually obligated to put a bet on like most fights. So that's tough, but I think he's down like 120 units. That's brutal. That's fucking brutal. But man, I don't know if I could keep showing up if I got down 100 units, even if I was getting paid for it. Something went wrong. Oh, great. Did y'all break the fucking... Did I just go negative in likes? I'm pretty sure... Oh, my God. I'm going to have to refresh this. Can you give me a like count, please? Anyone in the chat? Give me a fucking like count, because I'm pretty sure we went negative on likes. People are unliking. People are probably hitting dislike right now. Unreal. Yeah, we're still at 18. I don't know, man. This is insane. I got the like button just doesn't work, or we're getting negative likes. I might have to just fucking end this, dude. This is brutal. 19, but it should be, we're at 19 likes, bro. Do we have bots in the live? I promise you, I didn't buy any bots to be in this live. All right. And if I did buy bots, I would tell them to hit the fucking like button. But we're at 17 likes. We're losing likes. We're losing likes right now. This is insane. Am I gonna have to start buying bots and start liking up the lives? Because this is brutal. This is fucking brutal. We're not even to the main card yet. And I might have to just fucking end this, dude. No cap. To teach everyone a lesson, you should only tell me your picks. Bro, I've made money 6 weeks straight with your DFS, just making a bunch of parlays with diversification. There you go. There you go. And I got a comment on last week's DFS cookout video. I know you're probably in the premium, so you get all the plays there early. But I got a comment on the DFS cookout video last week that said I should do one DFS leg for every fight on the card, which I thought was pretty cool. So maybe we could add that in. I'll probably mention it in the DFS cookout video this week. And then maybe we can roll that into the pay-per-view card the week after if people want to see it. But it could be fun. Could be fun. No one wants to hear me bitch. I'm not really bitching, man. I'm not really bitching. I'm just very disappointed. Very disappointed. How about Silva decision? Nah, I'm not really into it. Not really into it. He's not really a decision guy. But I guess maybe if they just survive, you know. Most confident DFS plays for Abby. Bro, we make so much money. Bro, you're an ambassador. You got a campaign for DFS to roll into the UK. I'm trying to make some money too. Yeah, dude. I mean, I wish I could have it widely available, but that's not up to me. That's up to the legalization. It's not even legal in every state because, I mean, they would like it to be, but the states, some states accept it, some states don't. So it's up to the government. Made 13K past 4 weeks. Y'all better like or be touched by the black oily man. Hey, there you go. 13K in 4 weeks. That's a come up. Let's get into the next one, boys. We got Charles Jourdain taking on Davy Grant. Davy Grant coming in here off the win to Damon Blackshear. And he got taken down in that first round. But he stayed the course, stayed calm. Gets into round 2. Starts putting the pressure on Damon. Damon wilts under the pressure. Davy Grant picks up a 29-28 decision. He's taking on Charles Jourdain. Jourdain coming in here off the guillotine win against Victor Henry back in Edmonton, Canada in his bantamweight debut. And that is his, third straight guillotine win? I actually just thought about this when I was recording my video earlier. Charles Jourdain, I'm pretty sure he's won his last 3 fights by guillotine, but I forgot who the third one was. So you got to watch out for that fucking guillotine, man. Dude's got a nasty gilly. Actually, no, it was Croin Gracie. All right, he had a decision in there. But, bro, I mean, Victor Henry by guillotine, Ricardo Ramos by guillotine, Croin Gracie by decision, and Lando Venata by guillotine. Those are his three out of his last 4 wins are by guillotine. That should not be fucking happening, man. That should not be fucking happening. Is he going to fucking guillotine Davy Grant? I don't think so. I think it's probably going to go to decision. And at that point, it's in the hands of the crooked, corrupt judges in Canada, and they're probably going to give it to Charles Jourdain. Because Davy Grant couldn't even get his decision in his home country against Daniel Marcos. So Grant's going to have to fucking put it on this dude to get a decision victory. And I don't really have a lot of confidence that he's going to put it on Charles Jourdain. So I picked Davy Grant. I think Davy Grant at plus 147 is the move, but I don't really know that he's going to get the love from the judges. Everybody in the arena is going to be cheering for Charles Jourdain anytime he does something. So I picked Davy. I think he's the side at plus 147. I don't really trust the judges, though. I don't think I'll bet it, honestly. I don't mind the fight to go the distance, though. Minus 160. Both guys are durable on the feet. I don't really see Davey knocking out Jourdain. I don't think Jourdain's going to knock out Davey. I don't see Davey looking for takedowns to where Charles can get his guillotine. So fight goes the distance, minus 160 is not bad, honestly. They are lining that Charles Jourdain sub at plus 700. It's interesting. But I think it's probably going to go to decision, honestly. Minus 160 is not bad. It's not bad, dude. That could be a nice little parlay piece, or even just the over 2.5, minus 190. What's Davey decision? If I play plus 235, that means it's cooked. But hold on. Davey Grant. You can't overlook Davey Grant. Grant trains with Marab. Yeah, he's been training in Vegas. At Syndicate. French name, Guillotine, makes sense. I guess so. No, I'm not Canadian. Never even been to Canada. How you feel about Drew under 32 significant strikes? I don't like that fight for significant strikes, honestly. I don't know what's going to happen. How dare you accuse H of such a thing? Odds on the over 2.5 is minus 190. Minus 190 on the over 2.5. And fight to go, minus 160. Looks pretty good to me, boys. Looks pretty good. Davey Grant. Tough fighter. Met Jourdain at 315. Bro ain't losing. I mean, he's lost a lot of fights, so. I always love when people say, that guy's not losing. It's not losing. It's not losing, dude. I met him. He's not losing. Come on, bro. Just because you met the guy doesn't mean he's fucking invincible, okay? You can't even get a good number on Grant's spread. It's minus 150. Pasty, come on, bro. We ain't playing fucking spreads here, all right? We ain't playing fucking spreads unless it's the minus 3.5. Plus money spreads are the pussiest way to bet MMA. All right? If you think the underdog has a chance to make it close, just fucking bet his money line. Just do it. You're going to lay chalk? You're going to lay chalk on a guy at plus 3. Like, what are you doing? You're getting plus money. Play it. Over 2.5 is definitely the play. I like it. Yeah, I mean, if you like the, I mean, I know you say you didn't like it, Pacey, but if his spread is minus 150, just play the fight to go the distance, minus 160. Then you don't got to fucking worry about it. I don't think Grant's going to knock him out, honestly, but been wrong before. All right, Kyle Nelson, Matt Frevola, disgusting fight. Shoot me in the face. Matt Frevola, not trustworthy. Kyle Nelson, never thought he was good. Still don't think he's that good, but he's decent. He's just average everywhere. Does have some decent pop. I think he's probably the more consistent fighter, which is why I picked him. But I don't think I'm going to bet on him, honestly. I think Frevola could KO him, but I don't really trust Frevola at all at this stage in his career. So this one's kind of a complete pass for me, boys. Sorry, I don't really got much on that one, but it's kind of a pass. I could see it going the distance. I could see it ending in round 1. I don't really know what the fuck to do with this fight at all. You sons of guns, where do you bet spreads? Bro, literally any fucking book. Any book that you can find probably has a spread bet out there for you. Tripping the points on plus money is a steal. Cost of 5.5. The sports tests, get the fuck out of here, bro. That was a gift. You got gifted that. What was the spread? Probably like fucking minus 120. Frevola KO round 2. Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know. We bet the spread. Any book you can find. They're probably going to have a spread bet. Hard Rock does have spreads occasionally, usually on main cards of pay-per-views. But if you're in Hard Rock, I mean, there's literally any book that you can find probably has a spread bet. And there's a million books out there. If you want to bet the spread, you can find it. All right. Bet online, Wager Attack, Bovada, like any book out there that is available to you has it. Plus 120, my guy. Dude. I don't know. There's so many plus 3.5s that just make no sense, dude. They just don't make any sense. I would say it's a very rare occasion where a plus 3.5 makes sense. And the example you gave me was literally a gift. Parlay Princess with the 199. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the man, the myth, Parlay Princess. You got to put this $1 on a $1 for a milli parlay. The $1 I saved on the $1 off Zin, $1 to $1 million. That should be a parlay right there. That should cash. I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably Kyle Prepolec, round 3 KO. Danny Barlow, round 1 sub. Matt Frevola, round 3 submission. Cody Gibson, round 2 Suloy of stretch. That's how we get the $1 to $1 million. Almost 8 pounds difference. Yeah. Well, it's because he's going up a weight class. If that was what you're talking about. Hey, bro, I just met Frevola yesterday. Well, tell me, MMA brother, is he not losing? Is Frevola not losing because you met him? Come on, bro. I hate when the load cards with hometown fighters rather than good fights. Well, they're trying to get fans in the arena, bro. Trying to get fans in the arena. Definitely a KO in this fight. Could see it. Am I Australian? No. Never been to Australia either. Lock it in. Lock it in, dude. He looks sharp, focused, and strong. Good. At least he doesn't have a broken hand. What's your favorite sports book? I don't have a favorite sports book. You should have like a billion sports books. You got to shop lines, dude. You can't have a favorite sports book. I guess maybe you could have a favorite sports book if they have like the most options, but like you can't be loyal to a sports book. It doesn't make sense. I will say Underdog is my favorite DFS app because they usually have the most options and they have earliest lines. So I will say that, but why are you hating on me or did I misunderstand? No, I'm just giving you shit, brother. I'm not hating on you. Because there was a guy earlier that said he met Jourdain and because he met Jourdain, he's not losing. So that's why I'm giving you shit. It's just funny. Was McGee plus 3.5 a good bet? Because Jan always comes out slow. I don't know what the odds were on McGee plus 3.5, but let me just tell you this. Because if you cashed a plus 3.5 bet, it doesn't, just because it won doesn't mean it was a good bet. You know? Like there's a lot of times where you're going to bet a plus 3.5 on an underdog and they'll actually win the fight. So you bet plus 3.5 on a plus 250 underdog. You bet the plus 3.5 at plus 110 or plus 100, something like that, to be generous. And they win the fight at plus 2 as a plus 250 underdog. If you played half of what you were playing on the plus 100 on the money line, you would have made more money. So then the next time comes around where you're like, well, I want to play this plus 3.5. Well, you only spent half of what you're going to spend on that plus 3.5 bet on the money line bet. So you're lowering your risk, but you're hiring your upside. And you have to hit less of them. So if you bet the plus 3.5, so let's just say for like 1 unit on a plus 100 line and it loses, you're down a unit. But if it wins, you're up 1 unit. If you bet half a unit on the money line at plus 250, you're up 1.25 units from a half unit bet. So now you're net 1.75 compared to net 1. It just doesn't make sense, dude. It just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of, I guess you can go about it how you want to. But in my opinion, if you're playing the plus 3.5, I think you should at the very least, sprinkle on the money line for lesser of a unit or less of a risk. Because if you think they have a chance to win or make it close, like you should be playing the better odds. I think the plus 3.5 is the sports book's way of turning your risk management against you. Because you don't want to lose the bet. So you play the plus 3.5, but they're only paying you. They're paying you a lot less than what would happen if you actually played the money line. We got fucking deep there, boys. We got fucking deep there. The Canadians on this card are in good fights, except Croin. NPC for real. If you bet UFC DraftKings, only book that gives spreads has to be your favorite. No, I mean, not really. They stopped allowing underdog in New York. I miss it so much. That's the fucking contact your government officials, bro. Tell them to get it in. FanDuel does not have DQ on their KO props. Holy shit, they don't. That's fucked. That's fucked. Shout out Pasty for the knowledge. Early look ahead. Heard Talbot was a 7. Has 7 inches on Cejudo. Probably does. I'm really counting on Eamon Zahabi to win. I can't believe people think Cheeto's even going to get started striking in round 2 or 3. Scared money don't make money. Exactly. They put too many random non-Canadians on this card. Why is Luciano versus Oliveira? I have no idea. The problem with Canada, though, is a lot of people don't want to fight there because the taxes are crazy. So they probably got to get a lot of these lower level fighters on the card because they need fights. They need to take fights to get paid. And they're like, fuck it. I guess I'll give up 50% of my check to the Canadian government. I'm just saying, if you can survive 2 soccer kicks from Jose Aldo, then Cheeto isn't going to do shit. Probably. Hey, Josh, spitting game. You be smacking them. Let's crush them. Frevola Bekoeov parlay. There you go. I don't know if I agree with that one, but are we down to 15 likes, bro? This is fucking insane. Insane. Talbot is a 5'8", and Frauds as 5'10". I could see it. All right, let's move on. We're on a fucking tangent there. Cody Gibson or Richie Long. I'll keep this one short, boys, but a 38-year-old bantamweight, I don't think should be a minus 184 favorite. Even if it's a Richie Long. You know, I think a Richie Long, if he can stuff some takedowns here, he's probably going to give him a good fight. Like, I don't think Cody Gibson's going to take him down and submit him. He's done that to Brian Kelleher. That's about it. I don't think he's going to take him down and smother him. He's done that to Chad and Hellinger, and that's about it. So is he going to do that to Richie Long? I don't think so. And then if this fight's on the feet, I think Richie Long can give him a good fight. So I could see this fight going to decision, and so does the odds. Minus 150 for the fight to go the distance. I think a Richie Long could get it done. I think a Richie Long by decision. Plus 300 is definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Gibson subs plus 500. I don't like it. I think Richie Long's takedown defense and ground game has come a long way. If Raul Rosas Jr. is taking you down, getting your back, and he's not submitting you, I don't think Cody Gibson's going to do it. And Raul Rosas lost a round against him because he couldn't get him down. I think Richie Long can be all right here. I think he could. I'm actually tempted to pull the trigger on a Richie Long money line or decision or both. Plus 159. It's not bad, dude. It's not bad. I've seen worse. You know, Richie Long's UFC schedule has been kind of rough. Rosas, Daniel Marcos. What's his fucking name? His wins aren't great. I'll give you that. Like, his wins are not very good, but his losses are respectable, man. Eamon Zahabi got fucking KO'd by Eamon Zahabi. Jesus Christ. That was a bad look. That was a bad fucking look. But yeah, dude, I think it's dog or pass. Manon RDR, Verna Aspinall. Oh, I can't wait for fucking Verna. Oh, Verna fight week next week. Can't wait for it. The title run comes to an end as we beat Mackenzie Dern for the title. Give me fucking Verna. My sister went down. Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to your sister for that. Arichi Long can't wrestle, and Gibson has a lot of forward pressure, wrestling pressure. He has been a little bit vocal about maybe not wrestling, but I think Arichi Long's going to be okay. I think he's going to be all right. Gibson has them long arms that are good for subs compared to Rosas, but I took Gibson at plus 105. Yeah, if you got Gibson at plus 105, you're good, bro. You're good. Are we really at fucking 15 likes? Dude, like, this is disrespectful, bro. This is disrespectful. I can't believe you're doing this shit to me. We're at 14 likes. 14 likes, bro. I'm just going to move on. We got 4 fights left, boys. All right. I've been sitting here for an hour and 10 minutes. And I'm doing this for you guys. I don't even give a fuck about the likes, okay? So that's why I'm going to continue this. I don't give a fuck about the likes. I'm doing this for you guys because I want you to win. And I'm trying to give you the information to help you win. Okay? So I'm going to continue. And we're not even going to talk about the likes anymore. Manon Fiorot, Jasudavicius. Jasmine has had a little bit of an easy schedule as of late. I could tell you that. And this is going to be a very tough matchup. Jasmine's taken down and ground and pounding and submitting Jessica Andrade, Ariane Lipski, Priscilla Cachoeira, Myra Bueno Silva. Like, those are not good grapplers, nor are they fighters with good takedown defense. Manon Fiorot is a girl that has elite takedown defense and elite striking for the division. I think Fiorot gets this one done. It's probably a decision. I don't expect her to run away with it, but I do think she wins because Jasmine's losses in the UFC are literal picture perfect examples of what Manon Fiorot does. Stuff the takedowns, strike at range, use your footwork. That's what Natalia Silva does. Natalia Silva put a whooping on Jasmine Jasudavicius. Manon Fiorot, I don't think he's going to put a whooping on her, but I do think she's going to win. You know what? I'm actually going to fucking take off the Instagram Live. If you're in the Instagram Live, come over to YouTube, all right? Go to fucking Hey Job Picks on YouTube and throw me a fucking like, dude. Throw me a fucking like. See ya. Manon Fiorot came to my gym yesterday. She looks huge, man. Yeah, she's huge for the division. That's another thing, too. Jasmine is huge for the division, but Manon can match her size, which does not happen very often. My weekly subscription has paid for itself each and every week. Thanks, Ajab. There we go, bro. That's what I love to hear. Let's take a look at the odds. Fiorot's minus 225. I think that's pretty good. I think that's about accurate. My one thing with Jasmine is she is a dog and she will continue to march forward. She could make it gritty. She could slow it down with some cage push. She can make it competitive. So I don't expect Fiorot to like run away with the fight, but I do think she probably wins. Fiorot decision, minus 155 as expected. I honestly think the over is fine here. Minus 385. I don't see a finish. Man. I don't really think Fiorot's going to knock her out. She's got to worry about the takedown too much. She can't let loose too much. Jasmine's not going to take her down and ground and pound her out or submit her. I think the over is probably good here at minus 385. I think it could be like minus 500, honestly, but it's a high-level fight. Both girls are super tough. Give me Fiorot by decision. I think we're good on that, boys. Am I starting to lose my voice? No. Can't be. Many Men has been appreciated, by the way. It's been hitting consistently again. Yeah. For a while there, if you've been a long-time viewer of the Many Men Parlay, it was cursed, man. Every single week, 2-1. Every single week, it was 2-1. But we've actually been pretty decent this year. But been okay. Fiorot is very strong and has great takedown defense. Exactly. Fiorot almost never fights anyone as big as her either. That's true. That is true. All right, moving on. We got Zahabi taking on Marlon Cheeto. Cheeto's coming in here. Maybe at an all-time low, man. Maybe at an all-time low. And I don't know that he's going to be able to bounce back. Like, I think Zahabi probably wins here. I think Zahabi is the better minute winner. Cheeto's a moment winner, been a moment winner his entire career. What is he going to do differently here? I guess he could come out more aggressive, but he's been saying he's going to do that for some time. Like, I just don't trust the guy. I don't trust the guy. I think Zahabi probably wins the first two. Round 3, it could get interesting, but Zahabi 29-28. We saw in his last fight, he's gritty, got fucking kicked in the face, and Zahabi survived and ended up winning the round that way. So I think Zahabi gets this one done probably by decision. I think they're on a similar level, bro. Like, Cheeto Vera's wins in the UFC are not any better than Zahabi's. So I'm good with Zahabi. I don't know if I'll bet him on the money line because I don't really want to lay chalk on a guy that I think it's going to be a competitive fight at -131. But I think it goes to decision. That's going to be chalked. -300. Makes sense. Zahabi decision -105. Could be a decent long shot parlay piece, but I don't think I'll be playing it. Pretty easy breakdown, in my opinion. Pretty easy breakdown. Probably goes to decision. Zahabi's in Canada. Zahabi's a good minute winner. Cheeto Vera's not. Cheeto could maybe win a couple exchanges, maybe hurt Zahabi and win the fight that way, but I don't really think so. In his interview, Zahabi talked about a lot about the importance of showcasing fighting defense against Cheeto. I'd say a KO by attrition is not unlikely. Showcasing fighting defense? Like staying technical, not overthrowing. Cheeto had an opportunity to win almost all of his fights except Sugar and Corey, yet can't ever pull it off. Oh, he did pull it off against Cruz. But that's about it, man. That's about it. He's going to give more damage than he takes. Okay, there we go. I like that. Zahabi might win this, but I think this might be the ceiling for him. Top 5 guys. Yeah, I 100% agree. 100% agree, B-Million. 100%. Very, very valid. Co-main, we got Kevin Holland, Mike Malott. Mike Malott coming in here off the KO win against Charles Racky earlier this year. I think Mike is an interesting character. Honestly, I don't really trust either guy. Like, this fight is just disgusting, in my opinion. Like, how are you going to trust Mike Malott? Mike Malott was an ex-featherweight. He's kind of flaky. He has this Mr. Canada aura about him where, like, he thinks he runs the Canadian regional scene or Canadian MMA. Like, he has, like, Canada on his back. It's like he puts so much pressure on himself to be the face of Canada. It's very weird. He's a good striker, though. I don't think he's the highest volume striker, but he does pick his shots nicely. He doesn't absorb a lot of damage on the feet, which is good. He can wrestle. He's got a good submission package as well. But if he wrestles, I think that starts to wear in his gas tank. Kevin Holland, everybody knows, never know what the fuck you're going to get. And I think this could be a spot where he comes in here and works Mike Malott, but I don't have any confidence to say that because one guy takes their career very serious. One guy does not. Mike Malott is the guy that takes it very serious, and Kevin Holland doesn't give a fuck. So this is stay away from me. Stay away from me. I did pick Mike Malott on my video, but definitely not going to be betting him at -115. Doesn't make sense because Kevin Holland could give him a tough fight if he's like down to compete that night, you know? I think you can get him a tough fight. What are the odds on Mike Malott? Oh, damn. I thought it'd be better. Malott's sub is at +350. That's weird. I thought it'd be better than that. I thought we'd get like +500. Holland sub is +500, which could be interesting. The thing with Holland is he's just so big for the weight class. And if Mike Malott gets tired or if Mike makes one mistake, like Kevin Holland could submit him too. Holland sub at plus 500 might not be bad. Or fight ends by sub. But honestly, it's kind of a stay away, in my opinion. Like the reason I'm going for those big plus money sub props is because I'm looking for something big plus money in a fight that I don't really know how it's going to go. Doesn't even seem to be taking this fight seriously. You thought he was fighting Jake Matthews. Sergio losing to Rodriguez, almost getting finished, equals moneyline. Kevin, moneyline Holland? Holland said he thought Malott was... Kevin's turned into a paid actor, jump-starting other fighters' career. I mean, he's not jump-starting D-Rod's career. And he rarely fights outside of Canada. When's the last time Mike Malott fought in Abu Dhabi? Yeah, probably never. Clearly shows he hasn't watched tape and doesn't know what the fuck. I think he could just be fucking with you, though. Like, that, I wouldn't put anything past Kevin Holland. I like the fight ends by sub plus 170. I do like that as well, parlay. Just saw that YouTube video is having major issues right now. Probably why the likes keep going down. Okay, well, there we go. That should make some more sense, Boogie's Bombs. Holland wins a decision. Magny gave Mike a run for his money. Some type of build. Well, I mean, Magny's still fucking doing it, dude. Yeah, it's got to be something with YouTube, bro. Holland's main goal just seems to fight as many times this year. Dude, honestly, if he has like a quick fight here, honestly, if he doesn't have a quick fight, it could be any type of fight. Holland could fight on the last pay-per-view of the year. He could go fight on UFC, 323 in December, 2 months away. He could fight on that. Make it, 6? This is his 5th fight of the year, I think. 1 bet by KO, 1 by sub. Easy Holland. Ooh. Hey, Job, I feel like Malott probably has a really hot sister with some beautiful feet. Dixon, I'm not sure. I know he has a brother, but I'm not sure, bro. Kevin on my ban list right next to Patchy and Asakura. Malott takes this very seriously. He does. Extremely seriously. The guy is intense. All right, let's go to the main event of the evening. We got RDR taking on Brendan All In Allen. These guys are going to be familiar with each other because they trained at Kill Cliff. So that makes it a little bit interesting. Allen taking it on short notice. I think RDR should roll here, bro. I think Allen is going to have some upside to get a finish, especially early on, but it's going to have to be early on, round 1 or round 2, because RDR's physicality and just, I don't want to say pace, but like his pressure is going to wear on Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen, not a guy that has like amazing cardio, doesn't have bad cardio, but if you make him work, he's going to feel it. And I think it's in a lot of these grappling scenarios, but he does find a way to push through it a lot of times. So he might be tough here. Might be tough and might make it the full distance, but I do think there's a lot of finishing upside from both guys. I think RDR's ground game is pretty fucking nasty. I think Brendan Allen's ground game is good as well. So the scrambles could get interesting. I just think RDR is a lot bigger. A lot bigger. It is the Rizzler season, boys. It could be the Rizzler season. Rainier to Rizzler. Over under 3.5 rounds, sitting at minus 140 for the under. Now, I played the under 2.5 in the Whitaker fight, and that fight literally should have been fucking stopped a couple times, but it didn't. And it made it a decision. That was only the 3rd decision RDR's been to in his career. So he's going in there looking for finishes, man. And I think we probably get one here. RDR inside the distance, minus 105. Allen inside the distance, plus 255. Allen's sub is interesting, plus 555. He's got elite rear naked chokes, dude. He's got elite rear naked chokes. If he can get to that back, if he can hurt him and get to the back, that could be a nice cash there, plus 555. But I don't think it's super likely. Look at these round props. RDR round 2, 3. Yeah, it's not great, honestly. Not great. Allen round 1 is plus 1,000. Wow. Wow. RDR sub 2, sub 3. Nah. Honestly, there's not a ton that I really love from these props. Sorry, I wasn't sharing that. There's not a ton that I really like from these props. Allen's not a fucking quitter, though. That's the thing. I would maybe say a KO, but he's not a fucking quitter, dude. I kind of just like the RDR money line, to be honest. Minus 205, decent parlay piece. RDR should be able to finish him. Brendan, on short notice, going to gas out after round one. The RDR knees will take it out of him. Yeah, that's really why I see the advantage here for RDR is like he just fucking melts you, dude. He melts you. He's so big for 185. And the question was like, how was his cardio? And he won the championship rounds against Whitaker, dude. What is the fight to not go the distance? Fight doesn't go is minus 260. Main event ends in split decision. That's going to be some juicy fucking odds. Some juicy odds. And I don't think they're out yet. Oh, they are. Allen split 1,500. RDR 1,300. Fight ends by sub could be sneaky. Malott by split decision. W call Princes. I'd do the under 3.5 rounds. It could be tough, but I kind of agree. I doubt Alec could name 3 Canadian provinces. True. Who would you have if it stayed as Fluffy? God, dude, I don't know, dude. I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, man, I don't know. I think probably Fluffy, dude. Fluffy's a different animal. Can't bet against RDR till he loses. Only loss to a PD cheat. Other than, yeah, that's true. Did look a little sloppy against Gerald, but he fucking submitted Gerald Mearshart in round 3. Who does that? Who does that? Fiorot RDR parlay plus 100. Not bad. RDR ITD plus 112. Trap are free. I wouldn't say either. I wouldn't say it's free, but I do kind of like it. All right, boys. I think that's gonna do it. I think we're at negative likes by now, so I'm not gonna run a parlay, but you know where to find me. I'll be posting shit throughout the week with some parlays. We hit some nice long shot parlays at UFC Rio, which I didn't share, of course. So I'm gonna share them this week, and they'll probably be absolute cake. But I'm gonna go to the casino on Friday, go to the sportsbook, put some long shots in. Stay tuned for that. I got the DFS cookout video coming out tomorrow. Got the most confident picks posted already on the channel. Go check that out. And then we got the long shots only live show on Friday as well. And then we got Saturday. We got fights. We got fights for the next 4 or 5 Saturdays in a row. Can't wait. We don't got Contender Series anymore, but fights on Saturday is what we look forward to the most. Appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. Let's make some fucking coin, eh? Make some fucking coin. Peace.